What's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to AG Speaks. I appreciate y'all returning back for another video. If you've already been here before, if this your first time, big shout out to you and welcome to the channel. On this video, I want to be talking about, I don't really know how to phrase what I'm trying to talk about, but I basically want to talk about being tolerated versus being celebrated. And what I mean by that is I feel like, and I'm gonna speak for my own community, which is the black community. I am black, so I'm speaking on a lot of things I see within our community. I can't speak for everybody else's community, things like that. This is just one of those topics that I wanted to kind of touch on, and everybody else can take this message and use it for their own situation. I'm just speaking on my situation in general when it comes down to my people and stuff like that. And I'm also that won't be like the only topic I'm kind of delving into is like the race part of it. But also just I'm just letting y'all know I might just use examples of that as I'm speaking, but I don't want y'all to think that I'm not trying to give the message off to every type of person, because anybody can apply this to their situation. You get what I'm saying? But don't be around. I feel like people in general need to work on more so surrounding themselves in places where they're celebrated rather than tolerated. Because I feel like a lot of times as people, what we do is we want to go places where everybody else is at. We want to go places where it seems so fun and all these things are going on. You want to go places where people got a whole bunch of money and people are all dressed up and nice and everything look pretty and everything look, it's like we all want to go to the Met Gala. We all want to go to the Grammys one day. We all want to, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to watch these things and admire these type of things, and that's cool. But I just feel like, and like I said, I'm gonna speak on behalf of black people for a second. I'm not gonna say behalf, but I'm gonna speak on black people for a second. Like when it come down to me, like I'm really a big fan of music. Like I like music a lot. And I always grew up watching the BET Awards. And as a kid, that was my favorite award show to watch. It wasn't the Grammys, it wasn't the VMAs, it wasn't any of that. My favorite award show was always the BET Awards over everything else. You know what I'm saying? And as I got older, I started to realize that a lot of the artists that I grew up to love seeing on there, they stopped going on there the bigger they got. So like a lot of the artists that got bigger, they stopped going to the BET Awards. They started only doing like the Grammys, the VMAs, Met Gala, stuff like that. They only started doing those type of places. And I never understood that, because I used to feel like, okay, I understand that you're bigger now. It's a status thing and you'll get more eyes over here. Marketing is better over here. So I'm not going to downplay the fact you wanted to go to the Grammys. I'm not going to downplay the fact that you wanted to show up at these different award shows, because that's marketing and money for y'all in y'all pockets. But at the same time, how come you don't go to where your people is? You know what I mean? Even if the reward ain't as big, why don't you want to go where your people are? And if it ain't about the money, if an artist would say it's not about the money, then what else is it for? Are you ashamed to be? You know what I'm saying? Where your people are? Is it not big enough for you? Like that's the type of stuff that I always got confused. Is like why people feel like they want to be places where they're only tolerated rather than celebrated. Like a lot of people don't realize, man, going places that people actually love you is very important. Like actually being places that people actually appreciate your presence is a very valuable thing. Don't take that for granted, because I feel like a lot of us take that for granted. Even when it comes to like certain friends and family, we got people that really love us. I'm gonna speak for men. Almost all of us got a woman that we just know love us to death. You know what I'm saying? And we take them for granted on a day-to-day basis. I've done it myself. I'm gonna be honest. I've had women that would literally kiss the ground that I walk on. Like really, truly got real love for me. Would do anything for me. If I was down and out, they'll be there for me. I didn't have women like that really, that truly had genuine, unconditional love for me. You know what I'm saying? Like telling you, like seriously. And I took them for granted and I lost them. You know what I'm saying? And now when I be walking through life now and I come across certain women, it feel like some women, I just feel like I'm just being tolerated. Like they don't really care for me like that. Like they talk to me here and there, but if a serious situation come up, they know where to be found. That type of thing. Like not appreciating where I was being celebrated at. Trying to find acceptance where I'm only tolerated. And that's something that I feel like I've had to learn over the years is, man, start appreciating the people that appreciate you. Start appreciating the environments that appreciate you. Start being in. Don't take yourself away from what feel like home, you know? And I just feel like that's something we got to get a bigger grasp on. It's not always about the next biggest level. You should always strive to get to the next level. You should always strive to be bigger than what you are. But don't ever forget the people who love you on the way there. Don't ever forget the people who kept you motivated on the way there. Don't ever forget the people who was cheering you on during the bad times, man. Like, don't forget that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to go other places and see new things and be at the bigger events and be at bigger places and be in places where it's different faces. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. But don't ever just neglect the people who really love you. Now, it's a difference. Now, if you come from a place of hate and turmoil and nothing but lies, deception, if you come from a place of that and you didn't feel celebrated, that's one thing. You just trying to come up out that situation. I understand that too. Because some people, they go through different life situations and they don't ever feel celebrated growing up. And that's different. That's a whole different situation. Sometimes people got to get away from their past, you feel me, as much as they can. But it's certain people who grew up and they really had people who loved them in their life, who really cared for them in their life, really showed them true and real love. And we not just talking about money. We not just talking about finances. We not just talking about providing. We talking about just real, genuine, everyday, like, complimenting you, motivating you, trying to tell you how to get better, do better, like really trying to show you real support. Like that type of love, man. You got to appreciate that. Don't just take that for granted. Like I said, even in relationships, when I, like me with certain females I was dealing with, I felt bad how things ended because I knew how they felt about me. You know what I'm saying? And looking back on it, when I be dealing with the women now I be like, man, I traded all that love in for this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's just a lesson I took with me as I went through life and I got older. And I apply it to other areas in my life as well. So that was the main thing I really had to say for this video, man. I hope y'all got some type of value from that. And y'all just got the message I was trying to send. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit tired today, I'm not gonna lie. So I know my message may not have came out as clear as it should have, but hopefully y'all got what y'all needed, man. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.